Welcome to CEMTV News at noon. I am Francis Oyima Adet. Let's take a look at the headlines. Governor Fubara felicitates Muslim faithful on Eid al-Maulud celebration. Vice President Shatima charges Nigerians on commitment to peace, compassion, and service at Eid al-Maulud celebration. Plus, U.S. Air Force officer charged over President Trump criticism. We'll bring you details of those stories and more in just a moment. Please stay. For staying with us, we begin the news from Rivers State, where the state governor, Similai Fubara, says governance involves building on the works of previous administrations. He made this known during the commissioning of 10 internal roads in Omodame, Ikwere local government area to improve road access to boost economic activities in the area. Oruko Priscilla completes the report.
The commissioning ceremony was held on the 24th of August 2026 at Community Primary School, Omademe, Ikwere local government area of Rivers State. The event attracted government officials, traditional rulers, community leaders, and other stakeholders. Governor Siminalayi Fubara noted that governance involves building on the works of previous administrations, hence the initiation of the project to meet communities' need. He further assured the people that their concerns on constructing more road projects have been noted and that the government would look into the Omademe, Eche, and Ubima roads.
Governance is when you come in, you add your own. My predecessor did some role here. I have also come to add. I also believe that whoever is going to succeed me when it comes will also add. And with that, consistently, that leads to the level of development that we all need. That is the truth about development. Showing you that your concerns are noted, the one that has to do with your community and that of the chair, we'll look at it. Other issues of this community, which I believe when I was going through the paper, you mentioned about electricity and other issues. We will also look at what we can do about it. We have added value to what we met. We strongly believe that that is the purpose of governance. I want to thank all of you for your support, more especially the traditional rulers. I saw the excitement in your faces when you were handing over the two categories of man, the big one and the small one. And traditionally, the one that is most important is the small one. I want to thank you because I know the importance of that small man. Issues have been a recurrent problem, more especially in the local government area, where we keep reading newspapers, television, from other sources, social media sources, and the chairman doesn't want to pay people salary and all this. And I said, look, I want a tall job. It took them a long time, but I was patient because I wanted something that will convince me. And one of the conditions I gave to them is, I was the treasury staff, and I know how to detect fake workers. Fake workers is not you call them today, come for verification. No. Take him 6 months back. Let them bring their salary, they call it bank statement. Show evidence that you've been collecting salary for the past 6 months. Those are part of the things that we need to use to confirm the genuine workers. And the committee ensured, because I personally insisted that the ICT member of that committee, I brought the ICT and I told him I don't take any instruction from anybody, take only from me. It doesn't matter whether the people are my supporters. It doesn't matter whether the people are people from the other side. There is no other side. We are all Rivers people. I ensure that the right
investment in the people of Omademe, particularly in the agricultural sector.
The project has brought a new lease of life to the good people of Omademe community in the Ikure local government area of Rivers State through the construction of durable, quality internal roads that will serve this community. This project was born out of the present administration's unrelenting resolve to address the pressing need for improved road infrastructure, ease the movement of people, enhance connectivity, and open up the doors of socio-economic prosperity within the benefiting community. This project comprises of the construction of 10 numbers of internal roads in this community, which makes up approximately 8.6 kilometers of total roadworks.
Other dignitaries that spoke during the event said governance is about service and that the impact of an administration should not be measured by the number of days in office, but by the value added within the period. They further urged community and political leaders to join hands with his administration to make things better for the people of Rivers State.
In a related development, residents of River State and stakeholders have reacted at the commissioning ceremony. They expressed gratitude and satisfaction with the completion of the Umudame internal roads commissioned by Governor Fubara.
Honorable Mrs. Josephine Egonoi, the Omademe community leader, thanked Governor Signala Ifubara for providing accessible internal roads that have improved movement and daily activities. She also appealed for the rehabilitation of road linking Omademe to Eche community.
This, our governor, he did not know what he did to Omademe town. Omademe is a special people. You can see only one pole, you see airports. And he came and gave us different roads, internal roads, from one corner to another. You can access your fellow community. You can access your fellow brother. You can access the environment. You can even access anything that will make, if there are bad people that are coming to the Omademe. With this road, with this internal road he did for us, who can grab them. They have nowhere to run.
Also present was High Chief Honorable Sito Sitasie JP, Chairman of the Omademe Council of Traditional Rulers, who expressed gratitude for the project, but called for the rehabilitation of the Elele-Eche Road and provision of electricity to support development and youth entrepreneurship.
And this road is a very important road that, as I said, come through there for market to buy something, because our people here is farmers. I want to follow this road to go and trade, to sell, to worry about this for Omademe road. Very, very important. We are asking him, please, we know you have done well for us. Let him try to do it for us.
The acting president of Omademe Youths, Comrade Chisoku Newman, noted that the road has boosted agricultural activities and improved access to farmlands for farmers in the community.
By the grace of God, the importance of this road, number one, it will bring more development to the community, and two, it will also help our farm parents, their farmers. It will also help in terms of agricultural production. Sometimes it's very difficult for them to access the farm, you understand? But with the road, with this road, I believe all these things will be a thing of the past.
Meanwhile, Rivers State government says the scheduled commissioning of the new Air Force Base runway project, scheduled to hold today, Tuesday, August 25, 2026, has been postponed. A statement by the Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Dagogo Wokoma, said the commissioning will now hold on Thursday, August 27, 2026, by 3 p.m. at the same venue. According to the statement, the state government regrets any inconvenience the postponement may have caused and appreciates the continued support and cooperation of stakeholders and the public. And while the Rivers State Governor Similai Fuber has extended warm felicitations to Muslim faithfuls in Rivers State and across Nigeria on the occasion of the Eid al-Maulud celebration, a celebration of the birth of the Holy Prophet Muhammad. A statement by its Chief Press Secretary Onwuka Nzeshi said the Rivers State Governor, in a goodwill message to commemorate the feast, enjoined the Muslim faithful to reflect on the noble virtues of peace, compassion, tolerance, selflessness, and service to humanity. Governor Fubara said that his administration remains committed to ensuring that every resident of Rivers State, regardless of religion or ethnic background, enjoys peace, security, and equal opportunities to thrive. In another development, the 66th Annual General Conference of the Nigerian Bar Association brought together legal practitioners, policymakers, and other stakeholders to examine critical issues shaping Nigeria's future. At the Nation Under Construction breakout session, discussions focused on Nigeria's political development, democratic institutions, and the reforms needed to build a stronger nation. Miracle Wobo completes the report.
Declaring the conference open, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara urged lawyers to speak the truth, hold justice, and defend humanity, while encouraging the incoming NBA leadership to build on the achievements of its predecessor.
We expect that our judges should not be mere apologists or conformists if they are to be ultimate guidance of our democracy, the rule of law, and the advancement of peace and good governance in our country. Furthermore, public confidence in the quality of our judiciary is enhanced when our judges demonstrate sound knowledge of the law and excellent legal reasoning, coupled with the courage, commitment, and integrity to hold government and the government equally accountable.
The NBA president, Mazi Afam Josiah Osigwe, San, challenged lawyers to go beyond limits and ask what they must do differently to build a better society.
The rule of law must be the foundation of national security, and the Nigerian first, and the legal profession must observe the highest level of ethical conduct, because nobody will trust a legal profession that seems not to be any different from the criminal enterprise. This conference therefore provides an opportunity not merely to examine the challenges confronting our nation and profession, but to ask the harder question: what must we do differently to move beyond them? That's why I talked about not only identifying challenges, but profiling solutions. What do we do to make a better society?
The keynote speaker, who is the 25th president of Liberia, His Excellency George Weah, noted that beyond limits is more than a slogan, but a reflection of his life's journey. He stressed that democracy cannot survive on strong men, but on strong institutions, urging Africans to build what they do not yet have.
Beyond limits, to me, is not a slogan. It is a living testimony of life. I'm not here merely to tell you my story, but because what is true for one man can also be true for a profession and for a continent.
The Shehu of Borno and Chairman Borno Council of Chiefs, Alhaji Dr. Abubakar Umar Al-Amin Al-Kanami, the President of Uganda Society, Isaac Sedekame, and other dignitaries urged lawyers to practice with integrity and see their profession as service to the nation.
Very educative. The guest speaker was on top of his paper, and other presentations also show that the NBA is prepared to be an agent of change in a democratic society, and it has challenged every one of us to play our roles in living beyond our limits and reconstructing our country and giving justice to everyone. Beyond limits, in anywhere you find yourself, in any office, any venture, you should overcome fears. Or imagine there should not be limitation. What the mind can conceive, you can achieve. To be here and to be a part of it. The speeches were very much on theme. The one by the keynote speaker, George Weah, President George Weah, he's been very spoken from the heart, as well as the governor of Port Harcourt of River State. He challenged us as lawyers to have courage when the nation needs us.
I feel very humbled by the support of my colleagues and also beyond what expected of me, beyond limits.
Betty Victor Okiri, CEMTV News.
Meanwhile, Femi Gbajabiamila has called for comprehensive reforms in Nigeria's policing system with emphasis on better training, professionalism, accountability, and lawful judgment by security officers. Again, Miracle Wobo completes the story.
Speaking at the 66th Annual General Conference of the Nigerian Bar Association in Port Harcourt, Femi Gbajabiamila stressed the need to build a police force that operates within the law, respects citizens' rights, and exercise sound judgment in the discharge of its duties. He noted that the reform must also ensure that policing remains focused on protecting communities and serving the public. He identified some of the major objectives of the reform as ensuring that police officers reach communities promptly when their services are needed, improving the efficiency of policing, reducing misconduct and abuse of power, and strengthening public trust in the police. He further emphasized the importance of better training for officers and ensuring that any policing structure operates with professionalism, accountability, and respect for the rule of law. Miracle Wobo, CEMTV News.
Nigeria can continue to manage those failures or build a better system with our eyes open to the dangers and prepared to meet and overcome them. Ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, the real measures of this reform will be found in the answer to this question. Does help reach a community in time? Are crimes lawfully solved? Does misconduct produce consequences?
Meanwhile, political parties in Nigeria have called for stronger democratic institutions, accountable leadership, and inclusive governance to examine Nigeria's pressing challenges at the 66th NBA Conference Plenary Session on Democracy and Governance. Our correspondent now completes the report.
As Nigeria continues to navigate its democratic journey, concerns over political accountability, electoral integrity, and public confidence in government remain central to conversation about national development. With the title Nation Under Construction, at the breakout section, most of the panelists that included Senator Dino Melaye, Honorable Mohammed Gudaji, Femi Falana, amongst others, expressed concern that rather than building a stronger nation, Nigeria is gradually experiencing signs of destruction due to persistent challenges confronting the country. The session provides an opportunity for participants to examine how political institutions can be strengthened and how citizens can play a more active role in shaping governance. One key concern is the influence of money politics and political godfatherism, which many argue can undermine internal party democracy and limit the emergence of credible leadership.
As lawyers, our duty is to enforce the law that will strengthen democracy. We're not doing that right now. And I hope after this conference,
the greedy, by the greedy, and for the greedy. How can you be talking about a nation under construction when you have a nation that there's no security? Chapter 2, section 14.2b of the Constitution is very clear that the security and the welfare of the people shall be the primary prerogative of government. There is no welfare, not to talk of security, and you are talking about a nation under construction.
The executive, the legislature, the judiciary, the constitution, law enforcement agencies, healthcare, education. How many of these institutions are working? We can confidently say that possibly it's just the executive and the legislature who are eating the affairs of this nation. And the nation has been hijacked by
CEMTV News.
You decided today, we have issue now with kidney dialysis, where over 25 million Nigerians have kidney issues. To build a kidney center, you need 200 million. And we need about 1,000 centers when we have less than 200. We need about 5,000 machines when we have less than 800. It costs you 200 million to do a center, and it costs you exactly 10 million to buy one machine. So you need 250 to set up a 5,000 machine center, 1,000 center, and it's only 250 million times 1,000 is 250 billion. You still have 14.7. So it's what you use the money for.
Is it the chances to continue more of the same or to change the trajectory of Nigeria? I'm not here as a presidential candidate to manage Nigeria's decline. I'm here to change the country for good.
Industries are not working, so we assume that consumption of the industries are not as much as well. Where is this subsidy money going to? It's going to the private pockets of your president. I call them Alibaba and the 40 thieves. If anybody goes into office as president and allows you to continue to suffer, the person is a wicked man. It will take us 2-3 years to be able to repair this economy to a productive economy. Anybody who tells you that is a magician. If he tells you that in 1, 2, 3 years, he will turn the economy around, the person must be lying.
In other news, the Rivers State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, demonstrated its operational readiness and commitment to safeguarding lives and critical national assets as the State Commandant, Dr. Dennis Reuben, led officers and men of the command on a show of force tour across Port Harcourt City. Ruth Chinemerem has the rest of the story.
The exercise, led by the Rivers State Commandant, Dr. Dennis Reuben, was designed to demonstrate the readiness of the corps to tackle criminal activities while sending a strong message to individuals involved in crime. The Rivers State would not provide a safe haven for criminality. The event commenced with a parade and warm-up section for officers at the command headquarters, after which the officers embarked on a roadwalk through the areas to sensitize members of the public and raise awareness about the criminal prevention and community security. Speaking on the exercise, the Rivers State Commandant of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Dr. Dennis Reuben, described the roadwalk as a fitness exercise to demonstrate the readiness of personnel to tackle crime and criminal activities. Dr. Reuben said the exercise also marks the beginning of a new phase of oppression, with personnel expected to adopt different strategies in the fight against crime.
And to show the people of Rivers State and environs that the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, We are prepared and ready for any miscount. Anybody who deviates from righteousness to unrighteousness. So we are trying to send the signal across so that they can take heed and leave the state. That the civil defense is up and doing, we are alive. So ensuring while they are closing their eyes, our eyes are open. And that with the 2 gunboats that have been deployed to us by our Commandant General, it means that we are being challenged to do more. So we are going to do more, especially on the waterways. So all those criminal elements, so please pack their load and baggages, as I said before, and leave the state. Because the state will no more be conducive for them.
They urge officers to remain dedicated, vigilant and alert at all times, while calling on members of the public to remain calm, active and supportive of security agencies.
You're already seeing the new phase of operation. We have already started everywhere. I have deployed special strike force. The one I call Special Strike Force, Commandant Strike Force, Igidigi Monkey will bite your mouth. It simply means that if you misbehave, they will choke you down. I've deployed another team also, that is a Commandant Monitoring Team. That one is Tiger will hold you down. And so many other things we have deployed to ensuring that this state is safe. We are prepared to cooperate with the government to make sure that this state is safe.
Ike Ruth, CEMTV News.
On a national scene, Vice President Kashim Shettima has urged Nigerians to renew their commitment to peace, compassion and service to humanity as Muslims across the country and around the world commemorate Eid al-Maulud. Shettima, in a message marking the birth of Prophet Muhammad, extended greetings to the Muslim Ummah and all Nigerians on the occasion, saying the life and teachings of the Prophet remained an enduring example of mercy, humility, justice, patience and service to humanity. The Vice President explained that the values were particularly important as Nigeria continued to experience sustained economic growth on the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. He enjoined Nigerians to strengthen the bonds that unite us, care for vulnerable citizens, and reject hatred, division, and intolerance, stressing that the true spirit of Eid al-Maulud goes beyond remembrance to reflecting on the Prophet's example in daily life. To education, where the Kaduna State Government has constituted a 9-member negotiation committee to finance with the engagement with the Kaduna State University, KASU chapter of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, and other staff unions over their demands. The government has also approved a one-off payment of 300 million naira as earned academic allowance (EAA) for university staff. A statement by the Secretary to the Kaduna State Government, Abdul Kadir Miyere, said the intervention demonstrated Governor Obasani's commitment to staff welfare, industrial harmony, and the stability of KASU. Miyere said the 300 million naira payment was part of efforts to address a backlog of more than 800 million naira in accumulated entitlements and allowances dating back to 2016. He added that the administration has also settled outstanding withheld salaries and released more than 300 million naira for the accreditation of academic programs and research verification exercise for postgraduate programs. To politics, where the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has commenced a 2-day technical workshop with the International Foundation for Electoral Systems (IFEAS) to strengthen public communication ahead of the 2027 general elections. INEC disclosed this in a statement various X handles, saying the workshop is being held from yesterday being Monday to August 25, 2026. The Commission said the initiative is focused on reviewing and improving its frequently asked questions to provide voters and other citizens with clear and accessible information about Nigeria's electoral process. According to INEC, the workshop is part of efforts to improve public communication and ensure that citizens are better informed ahead of the 2027 elections, noting that the collaboration with the IFES will also contribute to efforts aimed at promoting informed citizen participation and building public confidence in the electoral process. To security, where the Inspector General of Police, Latin Judesu, is set to officially unveil the Nigeria Police Force NPF Vigilant app and MTN Closer Closed User Group CUG Network. A statement by the Force Public Relations Officer Nietia Inyodu said the NPA Vigilant app is designed to facilitate, improve engagement, information sharing, and communication between the police and members of the public, while the MTN CUG network will provide a dedicated communication platform to facilitate seamless and efficient communication among personnel of the force. According to the statement, the official unveiling slated for Tuesday, 1st September 2026, at the Nigerian Police Resource Center FCT Abuja is part of the Nigerian Police Force's ongoing efforts to strengthen technology-driven policing, enhance communication, and improve operational efficiency across the force. The statement added that the launch underscores the commitment of the Inspector General of Police to leveraging modern technology and strategic partnerships to enhance policing, strengthen internal coordination, and improve service delivery to Nigerians. In Africa, a leading Congolese opposition figure has called on President Felix Tshisekedi to abandon proposed constitutional changes that opponents fear could pave the way for a third presidential term. President of the Envol Party and a member of the C64 opposition coalition, Deli Sisanga, said the opposition's priority was to ensure Tshisekedi leaves office when his second and final term ends in 2028. Tshisekedi, who has been in power since 2019, won a second 5-year term in 2023 election under the current constitution. He cannot seek another term. Recall that the debate over constitutional reform comes as the country remains gripped by conflict, particularly in the east, where the Rwandan-backed M23 armed group controls large areas of North and South Kivu. Sisanga said any efforts to achieve lasting peace must include all sides of the conflict, including M23 and opposition figures living outside the country. On the foreign scene, a U.S. Air Force Major Jason Watson has been formally charged under the Uniform Code of Military Justice after he publicly criticized President Donald Trump and protested in uniform at the U.S. Capitol. Watson faces 3 counts of making contemptuous remarks, 5 counts of disobeying orders, and 2 counts of conduct unbecoming of an officer. The charges are linked to a June interview, his July 1st Capitol protest in which he accused Trump of violating the Constitution, breaking the law, and engaging in corruption. Watson has been arrested twice and has been placed in pretrial confinement, while his attorney says he stands by his actions and believes he was defending the Constitution and his military oath. Watson is presumed innocent, and it remains unclear whether his case will proceed to a special or general court-martial as the Air Force reviews the allegations against him. And still to come in the news, Aminu Kano Teaching Hospitals introduces IVF service to restore hope of childless couples. Just stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. Now to the concluding part of the news at noon. In business, as part of efforts to revitalize the eastern ports, the federal government, through the Nigerian Ports Authority (NPA), has awarded a contract for the reconstruction of the dilapidated ex-Gravels Channel at Warri Port, Delta State. Confirming the development, General Manager of Corporate and Strategic Communication at the Nigerian Ports Authority, Ikechukwu Onyemakara, stated that the reconstruction and dredging of the channel form part of the Eastern Ports Rehabilitation Project, which includes the Warri Port. Onyemakara further disclosed that the agency's port modernization program encompasses 6 distinct projects. In health, a health practitioner, Dr. Briggs Bier, has urged couples to embrace family planning, saying it helps them determine their desired family size and the interval between births, especially in the face of current economic realities. Ike Chinemerum Roots completes the report.
Speaking with the CEMTV crew during a discussion on family planning and vasectomy, Dr. Biye said family planning allows couples to plan their families and create sufficient intervals between children. He dispelled the belief that all family planning methods are permanent, explaining that most methods can be stopped when couples are ready to conceive again. He noted that vasectomy and bilateral tubular ligation (BTL) are considered permanent method. On vasectomy, the health practitioner dismissed claims that the procedure causes erectile dysfunction or affects a man's sexual performance.
Family planning is actually very, very good, and it's encouraged the world over, right? It helps you plan your family, especially looking at the economic realities that we find ourselves in. Every man, every woman must have to plan the number of children they have as they can take care of, as much as they can take care of.
Thank you very much.
First of all, counsel you on the available options, educate you properly. Then you now make a choice of the type of family planning you want to, you want to subscribe to. When you do that, once you are ready to have children, for as long as you're on that method, you stay true. If it's the injectables, you take your injectables daily, monthly. If it's the oral pills, contraceptive pills, you take them daily. If it's the IUCD, that is intrauterine contraceptive device, you stay true to that for as long as they are still in situ, that they are still at the site of implantation, or the implants that are put on our arm, okay? For as long as you're on any of these plans, you are safe. It means that throughout that period, you're not expected to conceive under very normal circumstances. However, when you are ready, after a year or 2 or 3 or 4, whenever you're ready to have children, you just stop it. If you're taking your monthly injectables, you stop taking it. If you're taking your oral contraceptive pills daily, you stop taking it. If you're on your implants, you remove it. If you're on your IUCD, you remove it. And once you remove it, within the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you conceive. And that's the beauty. So you're planning, you decide when you want to get pregnant. Okay? And once you stop whatever plan you are on, you can get pregnant. Except for the irreversible ones, like the bilateral tubular ligation, where the fallopian tubes of the females are tied so that they can no longer conceive, or vasectomy for males, that you tie the vas deferens, okay? Then you cannot reverse it. But for every other method, it is reversible. So once you are subscribed to them and you're ready to have children again, you just remove them or you stop taking them and then you conceive. So there is no problem with that also. Well, simply put, family planning is planning your family in terms of the number of children you want to have, how to space them until you're ready to have another. It helps you control your family size with respect to, what you want to achieve as a family person, because it's not a decision one person would take, something that involves both parties. The couple must have to take a decision to say, okay, if we're having the first child, we're going to have to wait for 2, 3, 4 years before we have another one. So family plan is the process by which families plan the number of children they have and the intervals they have them.
However, he stressed that men should be certain they have completed their families before undergoing the procedure. Dr. Biye also emphasized the importance of professional counseling, so in health workers help clients understand the available methods, their benefits, and possible implications. He said religions and cultural beliefs, as well as limited awareness, continue to affect acceptance of family planning, particularly in some rural communities. He called for greater awareness through traditional institutions, religious organizations, health workers, and the media, urging couples to seek professional counseling and make informed reproductive health decisions.
Very difficult. It's very difficult. I can tell you for a fact that for as long as vasectomy has come to stay in Nigeria, I don't think up to 100 men have subscribed for vasectomy. You understand? So that's how low the prevalence of utilization of vasectomy for family planning by men are in Nigeria. So that's why I believe very strongly that it's mainly misconception and the fear of erectile dysfunction. So we need to continue to educate, enlighten men that they can actually go into vasectomy and not have erectile dysfunction. They will have their sexual performance still top notch for as long as they never suffered from erectile dysfunction before vasectomy. So, you know, a lot of health issues are shrouded in superstition, religious beliefs, cultural values that, you know, sometimes mitigate against access to reproductive health services and other health services. Sorry. And other health services. So a lot of education must take place, not just amongst men. It's something that needs to involve the media, religious groups, traditional institutions, and other critical stakeholders.
Ike Ruth, CEMTV News.
Meanwhile, the Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital has recorded a major milestone with the introduction of in vitro fertilization IVF service provision to restore hopes of childless couples. The chief consultant gynecologist and IVF specialist at the hospital, Ibrahim Rees, who disclosed these in a video shared on the hospital official Facebook page, said the milestone was recorded by a team of the hospital's assisted reproductive health technology and others. Rees said the team have collected eggs from 2 women, while semen samples were also collected from their husbands for the next stage of the IVF procedure. The chief consultant gynecologist and IVF specialist also said the commencement of the service will bring the service close to the teeming population and restore hope among couples suffering from infertility to bear a child. In sports, Nigeria's under-20 women's national team, the Falconets, has departed the country for Poland as they begin their campaign at the 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. Nigeria Football Federation NFF Communications Department, that disclosed this in a statement, said the team has completed its final camping and preparations in Abuja ahead of the tournament. The Falconers secured their place at the global tournament after overcoming Rwanda, Senegal, and Malawi during the qualifying campaign, according to reports. They defeated Rwanda 5-0 on aggregate, bet Senegal 3-1 on aggregate, and edged Malawi 3-2 on aggregate to seal their ticket to Poland. The team subsequently underwent an intensive final phase of preparation in Abuja, focusing on physical fitness, tactical discipline, teamwork, and mental readiness. On the entertainment scene, Big Brother Niger Season 11 housemate Chisam Chuka has won the head of house game for week 5. This is the second time he has won the title. His head of house win has granted him immunity from this week's eviction. Shortly after the game, Big Brother asked their housemates to nominate the person they would like to serve from this week's eviction. Paul says following the nomination, Big Brother called the head of house to the diary room and asked him to use his veto power to save one of the 3 nominated housemates. He either choose Sheba. That's it on CEMTV News at noon, but before we go, a quick recap of the major stories. We started off by informing you that the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has felicitated Muslim faithful on the occasion of Eid al-Maulud celebration. We also told you that Vice President Shatima has charged Nigerians on the commitment to peace, compassion, and service at Eid al-Maulud celebration. Still in the news, we reported that the U.S. Air Force officer has been charged over President Trump's criticism. We also told you that the federal government has awarded Excavos channel dredging and breakwater reconstruction of Eastern Ports rehabilitation. Many thanks for watching CEMTV News. Do ensure to follow us across the social media handles at CEMTV Plus on Facebook, X, Threads, and Instagram. We're also available on Nacomsat. Do well to watch us and on free to air decoder. I am Francis Oyima. Enjoy the rest of your day and bye for now.